All right, so I'm going to go over the first mastery check from Unit 1 and then also the third formative assessment. Well, the second formative assessment, but it's on Lesson 3. So for number 1, the following is not a relation because of the repeated x value. Don't really like how these answers are worded here, but for every x, there has to be exactly one y. And this x, when you plug in x the first time, you get an output of a 2. The second time you plug an x in, you get an output of a 3. So that's number 1. Number 2, which of the following equations is not a function? So the answer here is D because it doesn't pass the vertical line test. For every x value, there has to be exactly one y value. And I kind of gave you a little example of what the graphs approximately look like. And you can see that the last one doesn't pass the vertical line test. For number 3, you are inputting -3 in for x and solving and seeing what you get for g of -3. And I showed you my work here. Make sure when you square 3, -3 times -3 is a positive 9. Number 4, which of the following is... my dogs are playing right next to my drink. It's going to fall over. Okay. Which of the following is the domain of the function? So I look at the denominator and I see we've got an issue. We have got an issue at x equals -2. When I input a -2 in for x, it doesn't matter what the value in the numerator is going to be because it's going to be over 0, and that is undefined. The function is undefined there. So we have to pull out a -2 out of our domain because it's not on the domain. And that's why the answer is A. Number 5, what is the domain of the function? Well, now we've got a graph. So we are going from the lowest to the highest, and when they're asking for the domain, that's the x values. So from -3 up to 2, but not including 2, which is why there's brackets around the hard brackets around the -3 because we're including that value, and we're not including the 2 because of the hole. Number 6, find the x-intercepts of the function. So when you're asked to find the x-intercepts, that is where y is 0. So we're plugging in 0 for y and seeing what we get for x. And that ends up being 2 and -2. And feel free to pause and take a look at the work and ask me questions in class. Evaluate the function for f of 4. All right, well, when I look at the graph here for 4, where's my point on the graph? There's no graph. There's no point. There's no graph. So f of 4 is undefined. Number 8, yes, does the graph represent a function? The answer is no. No, because it fails the vertical line test. Here's the formative assessment. Use the graph to answer each question. On what interval of x is f of x increasing? Well, it's increasing where I showed you in red here. So, and you want to do, when it's asking for the interval, it's asking for the intervals of x. So they're asking you to write it in terms of x. So from -6 up to -5. So it's from here. Different color. I thought I chose purple. Oh my gosh, these dogs. Press pause and get them out. All right, and a purple pen. From -6 to -5, and from 0 to 4. And if you're having questions about why there are no hard brackets, go back and watch the video for increasing and decreasing. Determine algebraically whether the function is even, odd, or neither. So we have to input -x and see what happens to our signs. So when we do this, both signs for each of those terms, so 4x cubed becomes -4x cubed, and -x becomes +x. Each term has a sign change, so that's an odd function. We just took the whole function and multiplied through the entire thing by a negative. Odd. And lastly, number 3, find the average rate of change between 1 and 4. So when I plug in 1 for x, what do I get for f of x, which is y? When I plug in 1, I get 1. When I plug in 4, I get 1/2. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. or that's f of 4 minus f of 1 over 4 minus 1, right? x2 minus x1. When you do that, this is where people get a little tripped up. You end up with negative 1/2 divided by 3. That's the same as negative 1/2 divided by 3 over 1. Keep, change, flip. We don't ever divide fractions. We multiply by the reciprocals, and here it is. That's why the answer is negative 1/6. I think that's it. That's all. All right, peace out.